My name is Raphael, and this is a story of love and renewal that blazed to life under the neon peaks of Denver, a love that turned betrayal into a second chance. I was 33, a former ski instructor with short, windswept chestnut hair and deep green, eyes dulled by regret, my thick parka a shield against the mountain's chill. My life crumbled in 2023, a year that left me with scars I couldn't outrun. I'd spent a decade teaching skiing on Colorado's slopes, my expertise a point of pride, my laughter echoing with my students. But that winter, during a late-night training session, I made a catastrophic mistake. Exhausted and pressured to impress a new sponsor, I took a swig of bourbon from a flask I'd hidden in my gear. The warmth, the deceptive comfort against the cold. My focus blurred, and I misjudged a steep run, leading my group into an avalanche. We survived, but one student, a promising young athlete, suffered a career-ending injury. The guilt was crushing. His cries as we dug him out still haunt me. The resort fired me, the sponsor pulled out, and I was left with nothing but a bottle and a shattered reputation. For 2 years, I roamed Denver's neon-lit streets, the glowing signs a stark contrast to the darkness within. Alcohol, my only refuge from the mountain's judgment. I avoided the slopes, their white expanse a mirror to my failure, and instead drifted into the city's vibrant nightlife. The clatter of bars and the hum of neon signs filled my nights, but it was a hollow existence. Then, in early 2025, I stumbled into a cozy neon-lit lodge bar nestled in the foothills. That's where I met Santiago. He was 35, a mountaineer with jet black hair tied back and piercing blue eyes that held a quiet strength. His neon green jacket a bold statement against the rustic decor. I didn't know it then, but he'd been watching me for weeks, intrigued by the way I stared into my drinks, lost in thought. One crisp night, as Denver's neon lights green, orange, and violet spilled through the lodge's windows, Santiago approached me. His hand was a bourbon old-fashioned, its amber depths glowing under the neon, a drink he'd mixed with care. The scent hit me like a punch bourbon, the taste of my downfall. "No," I growled, shoving it away. "I don't drink that poison." Santiago's brow furrowed, but his smile persisted. "Just a taste," he coaxed, "to warm your soul." My anger erupted. Warm my soul? The memory of that avalanche, the student's broken leg, the sponsor's cold rejection flooded back. I snatched the glass and smashed it on the table, the shatter slicing through the lodge's murmur. Neon reflections danced on the spilled liquid, and Santiago's stunned expression seared into me. I couldn't face him. I bolted into the neon-lit night, the mountain breeze cutting through my parka, my heart a whirlwind of shame and rage. I ended up on a deserted ski lift platform, its rusted cables swaying in the wind, neon lights from the city below casting green and violet shadows on the snow. Sitting there, the past overwhelmed me. That 2023 night replayed my hands trembling as I drank the bourbon. The snow rumbling down the slope, the student's anguished shouts as we pulled him free. The lawsuits that followed, the resort's public disgrace, the isolation that swallowed me whole. For 2 years, I fought the urge to drink again, finding fleeting peace only in watching the mountains from afar. A silent apology to the sport I'd loved. But on that platform, surrounded by the ghosts of my lost career, abandoned skis, faded trail maps, I felt the depth of my loneliness. The neon glow seemed to taunt me, a reminder of the life I'd lost. I thought of Santiago, his gentle persistence, the way his eyes softened with concern. That bourbon old-fashioned was a mistake, yes, but it came from a place of kindness. Back at the lodge, I imagined him searching for me, his voice a whisper in the neon wind. "Where are you, Raphael?" The thought lingered, a fragile hope I wasn't ready to grasp. Days turned into a week. Each night spent on that platform, the neon lights my only companions. I replayed every moment with Santiago, his steady climb stories, the warmth in his, often wondering if I'd destroyed any chance of connection. The guilt gnawed at me, but so did a flicker of curiosity about his intent. Then, one frosty evening, the platform creaked again. The neon lights green and violet bathed the scene. As Santiago appeared, his green jacket glowing softly. "Raphael," he said, his voice thick with regret, I'm sorry. I didn't know what bourbon meant to you. I looked at him, and the walls I'd built began to crack. In 2023, I lost everything, I admitted, my voice raw. I drank. I crashed. I ruined a young man's future, and I've been hiding ever since. The resort turned me away, my friends vanished, and I thought I'd never find peace. But you saw something in me. He stepped closer, not with another drink, but with a thermos of hot chocolate, its steam rising in the cold. This time, he said with a small smile, "It's just a talk." I moved toward him, and we embraced the warmth of his presence, thawing the ice in my chest. The first kiss came like a mountain thaw, tender and fierce under the neon glow, a release of years of buried pain. It wasn't just a kiss, it was a revival, a breaking of the chains I'd forged. The wind's howl faded, and for the first time, I felt alive. We began meeting on that platform, turning it into our haven. Santiago brought a small campfire kit, its crackle a comforting sound over the snow. And I'd listen, my heart slowly opening. He shared his story one night, how he'd climbed Everest to honor his father's dream, losing him to a fall years ago, a loss that drove him to guide others safely. Our bond grew with late-night talks, the air crisp with pine and hope. Sometimes, we'd raise hot chocolate toasts, a playful twist on that first night, laughing at how a broken glass had sparked our journey. Months passed, and our connection deepened, a quiet strength amid the neon's pulse. One evening, under a flickering neon sign on the platform, Santiago took my hand. "Rafael," he said, his voice steady, "I've fallen for you. Your struggle's everything to me." My heart raced, a rhythm I hadn't felt since the slopes. I'd never loved before, my past relationships fleeting, but with Santiago, it was profound. "I love you too," I whispered, and we kissed. Again, the neon reflecting our joy in a cascade of light. We faced challenges, my lingering guilt, its guiding trips that kept him away but together. We built a love resilient as the mountains. Inspired by Santiago's belief, I sought redemption. I started a ski safety training program, vowing to prevent others' mistakes, my hands finding purpose again. Santiago guided mountain tours, his expertise drawing adventurers, and we supported each other's dreams. One spring day, I surprised him with a refurbished ski lift cabin, a symbol of my renewal. "For us," I said, and he kissed me, tears in his eyes. Our love grew with every shared moment, a tapestry of pain and healing. I began sharing my story at community events. The 2023 avalanche laid bare, and listeners responded their own tales of recovery mirroring mine. Santiago joined me, his climbs a celebration of our bond. Together we created a movement of resilience. Years later, as I reflect, I see how far we've come. The neon lights of Denver still guide us, a reminder of that first bourbon betrayal. Santiago and I now co-led safety workshops, his energy balancing my determination. We've faced Blizzard's financial strains, the occasional urge to drink, but our love has held. One winter night, under the same neon sign, I proposed with a hot chocolate toast, and he said yes, his laughter echoing in the mountains. Wood. This love outlasts Denver's neon peaks, its endless cycles of snow and light. I don't know, but with Santiago, I'm ready to ascend. If this story moved you, smash that LIKE button, drop your neon moment in the comments, and subscribe for more tales of love and revival.